Quiet.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
can you state
She's asking you a
categorically,
question. Don't
Mr.
be
President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be
You are
rude.
attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
Can
No,
you
I'm
give
not
us a
going to give you a
question?
question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir.
I'm Dr. Dave Janda. Welcome back to Dave versus the MSM. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. We are available not just on this channel, although on this particular platform, we are continually suppressed and targeted, which is why the go-to location for our content and our guests and our analysis and archives to our shows is at davejanda.com. We hope you will stop on by. You will not be disappointed there, but you will be educated and empowered. And that's what this is all about. Our role at davejanda.com and the Operation Freedom platform is to educate and empower as many people as possible. And the reason is because the more people who are empowered, the sooner we end this reign of terror by the deep state. But the word empower is extremely important. It involves getting off the couch. Action. In the freedom movement, I believe that there is a very sinister, if you will, destructive force. And that force are the people that are telling you, sit on the couch. A white hat's coming. The military's coming. A politician is coming. A group of politicians are coming. An event is coming. And all's going to be fine. And all you have to do is sit and wait. That is destructive. If you do that, you are playing into the hands of the globalist cult. Don't watch their media. None of it. Print, electronic, across the board. Don't buy into that false right-left narrative. I've told you this for years. That's smoke and mirrors. That's meant to divide and conquer. That's meant to distract you. Kind of like their crappy beer cans surrounding their crappy beer. Look up in the sky, a balloon. More distraction. They want you distracted so you don't realize what totalitarian freedom-stripping thugs they really are. Because when you do, you decide, I'm not going to sit on this couch. No. I'm going to do something constructive. I'm going to do it peacefully. I'm going to do it honestly. I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do something. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out and I'm going to talk to all my friends and families and neighbors and coworkers and maybe even people I don't know and help educate them. They might not believe me at first, but guess what? Facts are on my side. Data's on my side. Truth is on my side. Science is on my side. And when they research or even look superficially at what I just told them, even though they don't want to hear it, they're going to realize, all those cats on TV, they're trying to distract me from realizing what the heck is going on with people in the federal government and the state governments and the local governments and in the judiciary, in the executive branch and all their agencies. They're trying to wipe us out. Remember, when it all comes down to it, we have them outnumbered worldwide by billions of people. But they don't want you to recognize that. They want you to believe that they are all powerful. No, they're all vapor, smoke and mirrors. Let's go to Albert Einstein. Quote, "The world is a dangerous place, not because of those who do evil, but because of those who look on and do nothing." Big Al there is telling you to get off the couch. Because remember, the syndicate uses their 4 C's to keep you on the couch: conflict, crisis, chaos, and censorship. That's what they do. The 4 C's. And you have to not buy into their conflict that they're trying to create. Right versus left, black versus white, black versus Hispanic, Hispanic versus white, men versus women, young versus old. The fake one, R versus D's. How about Americans? Or whatever country you're viewing this from. No. They're about dividing and conquering. They thrive on conflict amongst all of us because it creates chaos. Conflict, crisis, chaos. And then, when they think you're getting a little bit too knowledgeable about what's really going on, that's when the censorship hammer comes out, right? Right? And that's starting to fall apart for them because they're being called out on it by the independent media, of which this platform is a significant portion of that. Gary Barnett recently wrote the following: "A dose of reality, can you handle it?" Well, let's see if you can handle it. "Dare I say it again for the 1,000th time, everything that has happened and everything that is happening has been planned in advance, is not coincidental or accidental, is not natural or organic, and is not a mistake. It is all intentional. It is all conspiracy. It is all related to achieving an agenda of mass control." There's that word again. "It is not Democrat or Republican. It is not liberal or conservative. It is not left or right. It is all these things and more because there is no difference in any political party or class." What have I always told you? The Republicrats, one political party. There's a reason why I've been telling you that. It's what I've witnessed since 1988 when I first went to work on healthcare policy for Ronald Reagan. He goes on, "Evil is evil. Evil begets evil. And all politics, government, and most all of those who rule are evil." The solution. Listen. In other words, here it comes. Get off your couch. "The solution is up to you, each of you, and nobody can do it for you. It is a matter of sovereign individuals banding together against the state en masse, while forever remaining independent in mind, body, and thinking. The power possessed by large numbers cannot be defeated unless the majority remains in the collective herd of anonymity, indifference, and cowardice, and refuses to help themselves." In other words, the way the cult wins with their freedom-stripping agenda is for you to sit on your couch and be mute. It's pretty easy to do. Frankly, it's preferable to do, isn't it? I mean, there's no conflict with that. But tell that to your kids and grandkids as their lives are destroyed. John and Nisha Whitehead from the Rutherford Institute wrote this: "A state of never-ending crisis." Ooh, there's that other C word, crisis. "The government is fomenting mass hysteria." That's what they say. Quote, this is Hunter Thompson who said this: "This country has been having a nationwide nervous breakdown since 9/11. A nation of people suddenly broke. The market economy goes to stool. and they're threatening on every side by an unknown sinister enemy. But I don't think fear is a very effective way of dealing with things or of responding to reality. Fear is just another word for ignorance. End quote. Hunter Thompson. The Whiteheads, right? We have been guinea pigs in a ruthlessly calculated, carefully orchestrated, chillingly cold-blooded experiment in how to control a population and advance a political agenda without really much opposition from the citizenry. This is mind control in its most sinister form. With alarming regularity, the nation is being subjected to a spate of violence that terrorizes the public, destabilizes the country, and gives the government greater justifications to crack down, lock down, there's that word, lockdown, and institute even more authoritarian policies for the so-called sake of national security, without many objections from the citizenry. All the while, the government continues to amass more power and authority over the citizenry. When we're being bombarded with wall-to-wall news coverage and news cycles that change every few days, it's difficult to stay focused on one thing, namely, holding the government accountable to abiding by the rule of law. And the powers that be understand this. Yet, as John Lennon reminded us, quote, nothing is real, unquote, especially not in the world of politics. In other words, it's all fake. It's all manufactured, manipulated to distort reality. As long as we are distracted, look up in the sky, look at that balloon. Hey, look at this beer can, this crappy beer can with crappy beer that this can surrounds. Yeah, look at that. Focus on that. As long as we are distracted, entertained, occasionally outraged, always polarized but largely uninvolved, and content to remain in the viewer's seat, that couch, we'll never manage to present a unified front against tyranny or government corruption in any form. As long as we're viewers, we'll never be doers. As George Orwell, author of the book 1984, recognized, quote, in times of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act, end quote. He's right. He called it. The truth is to be avoided, according to the globalist cult, at all costs. And that's why those of us in the independent media are targeted. I'm not going to go into the steps we take for this video to be seen by you. I think you would be very surprised the lengths that we go to bring our information forward. Crisis, conflict, chaos, and censorship are all part of the quiver of the globalist cult. Because out of all those 4 C's, they tend to thrive. The problem is they're not doing so well. They don't want you to realize that. But they're not doing so well. There are billions of people today that are more awakened to their evil agenda of the globalist cult than there were 3 years ago. The past 3 years was meant to end it for all of us. The dark winter of death. Remember Il Demente talking about that? No. Sorry, Basement Joe. No dark winter. No death. Just the awakening. And you've had a large part in that, folks. Those of you that, even though it was uncomfortable, leveled, brought the truth forward, educated those you know and love. Yeah, you got blowback. But ultimately, when it was all said and done, you got respect. You got respect from the very people that at first thought that this, whatever you were talking about, bringing them the truth, was conspiracy theory because they didn't hear this through their bought-off lamestream fake media. But you have their respect because you had the fortitude to not look on and do nothing, as Einstein stated, but to look on and do something. What we do on this platform is we provide you information and content, ammo, if you will, to help you in doing something, in educating and empowering others. The cult doesn't want you to realize this, but the reason why they're so hysterical is not because they're winning. They're losing. Big time. But the reason why they're losing is not because of those that are still sitting on the couch. But they're losing because of people like you. Of willing to step out and educate every person you know, love, and come in contact with. Remember, Charlie Plum, that interview we did, POW, North Vietnam, for 2,105 torture-filled days. And what kept Charlie and his fellow captives going was not just sitting in a cell and doing nothing. Yeah, they were in solitary confinement for 23 up to 24 hours a day, every day, for months, many months on end. But they spent their time finding a way to communicate with each other, to help each other, to educate each other. And in so doing, they beat their captors at their own game. It's a very powerful, powerful message that Charlie delivered. It's available for free at davejanda.com. That interview with Captain Charlie Plum is near the top of the homepage on the left-hand side. I hope you watch it. Everyone who's watched it, who's contacted me, has told me that it changed their life for the better. Actually, me interviewing Charlie changed my life. It will you as well, and everyone you share it with. It's a great way to break the ice when everyone you know about what's really going on and how to handle adversity. I thank you for your time today. I hope you'll join us at davejanda.com. We're there for you 24/7. We hope you'll become part of our Freedom family, subscribing to the premium service content that I cannot go into on any social media platform, or frankly, I cannot go into on the radio because of choke points in the FCC. We go into issues and discuss issues that we cannot go onto on any other platform. 30 cents a day for priceless information. You can sign up for a month. $9. And if you don't like it, get rid of it. But I don't know why you would. We provide you information that puts you months, if not years, ahead of the curve. I thank you for your time today. Until next time, Dave Janda signing off. Dream big and dare to fail. Thanks for your time today.